I'd love you to tell me about, I know there's a couple of times that you've slowed down the process when you know a client isn't ready or when they're just too emotional, they're too upset, or, that you don't have a problem with slowing down the process to care for that person and to let them hold the reins a little bit until you feel that they are ready to make decisions that are life-changing. Because in that state, people can make a decision that impacts them ongoing, that maybe in a couple of years they might reflect back and go,
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't in the right place to make that call.
You know what? Again, this all comes back to building that relationship of rapport and trust with our clients, because when we do that in the early stages, we can then hold them really close and make sure that we're not pushed by them to do something that we are confident that they're going to regret, but they think they just want it, so they just push us to do it. So to give you an example, there's many cases where clients come to us and say, I just want to do this deal, and here it is, and I just want you to draw it up. And it's all about understanding, and sometimes the clients are giving up everything, and we could just, yep, sure, cool, no worries, let's sign off on it, and off you go, knowing that they're going to regret that in the future. And honestly, there's some cases where that just has to be, but the majority of cases is we really strive to really understand what it is that's going on here. I often will get that piece of paper and put it to the side and eyeball them and say, tell me what's really going on here. What is it that's driving you to make that decision? Because that decision is so outside of the realms of what the legal outcome looks like that I'm worried for you. I'm worried that you're either full of guilt, you're either grief-stricken, you're giving in too easily because you want forgiveness of some sort, or you're under financial abusive relationship, whatever it might be. There's so many reasons why people would behave in that way, and I have a very deep conversation with them about protecting them from themselves, and that there's no rush. And how about we just come up with a deal or an interim arrangement just to get you by? And then let's have some time to think, and let's let you get some support in other areas. Maybe get you emotionally sorted. Let's go get you some advice. Let's get your goals sorted. Let's really come back to what matters most. Coaching generally works around that time, just to really make you say stop and reflect. And if it is after you've done all of that and you go, I've reflected and I still want to do this, then absolutely no one's stopping you. But at least we know that you've really considered it, and you've considered it really carefully.
Because it's quite a line, isn't it, for a lawyer, because it's so emotional a time that the projection from a client can be quite stern, that when they're angry, they're going to put that anger in a place that they feel safe, which is with you guys. And also any of their kind of worry or concern or panic also comes back to you. So you have to really hold strong on what you know to be right, because you're the one that you can trust, right? You know how the law works. And I know that you can bend that a little bit in order to assist your client, but is your call really on, is this right for you?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's all about the client. So we would never stop a client from doing anything. And I think that's really important to get across. It's their journey, and it's their decision, and they're all adults. So if they're coming to us with a very clearly formulated idea of what their life looks like, and we've tested it, and we're confident that they know what they're doing, and we're confident that they're not going to regret it, it's a process we take them through, but it's not a long, drawn-out, expensive process to get them there. So it's not something that's cost prohibitive or anything like that. It's more about, perhaps you don't need us just yet, or perhaps you need some other services that you haven't even really thought about. Like the lawyer, I always say getting legal advice early is hugely impactful, empowers you. It empowers you with knowledge. It empowers you to have an educated view on what an outcome might look like, but that just gives you choices. From that, then it's about you sorting you out. and sorting out your children and sorting out your family and the relationship with your spouse. And that's a really emotional journey. So whilst we can help you throughout that with interim finances and interim arrangements with children, and they're very, very important conversations to have early, because those decisions that you make early on can really impact how things go down the track. It may be, and often is, that then we duck out for a bit and that you go on your journey supported by us and lots of other different people that we might put you in touch with to get the support, to let time pass, to have a bit of time to heal and really rediscover you. And then while we're in the background, perhaps gathering up information for discovery or understanding the asset pool or helping you organise, some family therapy or an assessment with children or whatever it might be, we're still there doing the legal work alongside you, but you're spending time on you at the same time.
Yeah.
And then when the negotiation happens, you're so much more prepared for it. You're in a much better mental state, and you're not driven by emotion when you're trying to make those decisions about settlement and those decisions that are going to have long-lasting effects and impact on you.